The Honorable Governor for Central.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker, for the opportunity to speak. Makimaus Lord, people of the Central Province. First of all, me talk thank you, Lord. Attorney General, Lord. Kisim Displabili come. I want to say that perhaps the timing for bringing this bill to the floor to be debated and passed is not the appropriate time. And why do I say that? I say that because, like other members of Parliament have already mentioned, especially in the opposition, we are experiencing law and order crisis. And while it affects everyone, women and children are very much affected by law and order. It also affects businesses, it affects right across society. We are experiencing foreign exchange problems that's affecting not just businesses, but everyone. We are experiencing the depreciation of our kina, rise in prices of goods that affects everyone, including public servants, normal people, businesses. Rundown in infrastructure, such as roads. In Central Province, I have 9 roads, provincial roads that have deteriorated. I don't have funds to maintain those roads. Not to mention, I have 9 million that's still sitting in works, waiting for the Works Minister to release that, since I came into Parliament until now. So we have, in this prevailing environment where a lot of things are not happening the way they should be happening, and we are bringing this bill to the floor. The levels of corruption is also significant. We have majority of the people, members of this Parliament, who are on the government side. Why do we need to bring this bill now, in light of everything that's happening? And so, I just want to say that it is a sad day for the people, the women and children and the youth, where opportunities for employment is not there because businesses are affected, provincial governments are affected. Where the sources of employment can come for the youths, where everyone is affected to the extent that we have not witnessed for many years, and we are bringing this bill to the floor. So I think it is a sad day for this country. It is a sad day also for democracy, that the numbers are there, we are not using the numbers. The provisions that have been used, that Member for Sinasine have already explained, the result and the decision that's coming out of that private business committee, that is also a sad result as well. So given the prevailing environment, I think it is not the right time to bring it. If the reverse was the case at this point in time, for us to make the decision, I would not have any problems with that. I would vote for it. But at the moment, why are we bringing this to the floor to debate it and to pass it. So that is my logic as to why, representing the people of Central Province, I will be voting against this bill. Thank you very much.
The Honorable Governor for Western.
For allowing me to contribute to this very important debate for the country. First of all, I think everyone is on the other side is thinking that the bill is before us to preserve 1% for the entire term of this government, this term. But this bill is not to preserve 1% or one prime minister. This bill is for the country. And like our friends on the other side have said, one time you will be on this side. And you would want to see that your government's policies are implemented to the fullest of where you want it to finish. But when there's a vote of no confidence coming in, you'll only have 18 months. And as a prime minister, what would you be doing? You'll be always looking at the back of your shoulder and seeing who's going to be the next trying to backstab me. And you'll be trying to manage numbers. You'll be trying to manage politics. And as hard, and if when that happens, you realize that you're not walk, and the people behind you will also be watching what's going to happen next. And in doing so, it will hold this country ransom, because at that moment, the public service will not want to work. I had a privilege of working in Waigani sometimes back in my life. And we had ministers been changed for that department I was working 3 times. And during that time, my boss, who was a female, was always thinking that she'd probably be replaced by the new incoming minister. And we had no stability in the office. We didn't want to report to who. We were thinking that she's going to be replaced and this guy's going to be the next secretary. So we wanted to see who gets it. That's the scenario that I've seen in Waigani. The public servants will not work when they know that there's a vote of no confidence been mooted. That's what we mean when people say we need stability. When there's stability, you will see that the public servants respond to the ministers, to the prime minister, and I think the country will move. But when we know that there's going to be a vote of no confidence, people are waiting for the next opportunity to be the secretary. People are waiting for the next opportunity to be the MDs or the CEOs of state-owned enterprises, and that creates the instability that we are referring to in government. And I'd like to remind all of us that don't forget that our right to have a vote of no confidence is not removed by this act that we run past. Our right to have a vote of no confidence is still there, but only the period is extended from.
Not extended. Get it right.
It is after. It's not removed. It's not removed, brother. My member.
Honorable members, talk to the chair,
You're right.
not to address one
Sorry, Speaker.
individual members.
Your right to exercise your right, democratic right, as an elected member and as a citizen of this country, to put a vote of no confidence is not removed. You are given an opportunity to exercise it twice in every term.
Honorable Governor, we have a point of order.
It just hurts our eardrums listening to nonsense. We know that this bill is not about the elimination of the vote of no confidence, but it's about the narrowing down and the restriction of it. That is the objection. So he's saying it is still available. Yes, it is still available, but in a very, very narrow corridor. That's the point. So get it right, Mr. Governor.
Honorable member, your point of order is in order. But I would like to ask you to withdraw this word of saying nonsense, because every members of parliament have the right to speak what they need to do. So,
Well, nonsense is not an offensive word.
this is our honorable house, and we would respect every member's rights to debate on what they feel they want to debate on this floor. Honorable member. Honorable Governor, you continue your...
You should be
Governor.
Sabe man na sit-down lawyer. Don't argue and say you mean no Sabe man.
Honorable Governor, Honorable Member for Seriously Youngmul, I've acknowledged and say your point of order is in order. I've just only asked for
Me are in
the
deputy, but
correction
man
on
no
that.
can hide inside the crowd na through my
I'll
doctor
ask you
can
to resume your seat.
Yeah, you man you son up na talk.
Resume your seat. Resume your seat. Honorable Member, resume your seat. Honorable Member, resume your seat. I only allow you for point of order, not for you to stand and point finger at another member. So, Honorable Governor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you for your correction. As I was alluding to, I want to remind the country and this floor that your right to exercise and have a vote of no confidence is not removed. Unless if it was removed, I don't think I'll vote for that bill. But it is still preserved. And if you multiply 5 years times 12 months, you have 60 months. Within the 60 months, after the Prime Minister is elected after the election, 18 months down the line, you'll have that opportunity. And if you don't succeed, then you will have to wait for another 18 months. So on the 36th month, you'll have that opportunity again to come back and put a vote of no confidence. So that's not the right for us to exercise. That right is still preserved. And within that 18 months, if you are dreaming of becoming a Prime Minister, I think you will have that opportunity to at least impress to the country that you are capable to be a Prime Minister, so the country can respect you. The ministers, the members of Parliament will probably give you the next 18 months. But if you don't have that, you are elected after the national general elections, and you are elected, and after 18 months, there'll be a vote of no confidence. And then you might have another vote of no confidence coming in the next parliament sitting after you were elected. That will probably be 3 months or 2 months down the line. How would you feel as a Prime Minister? Would you want that to happen to you? You would want at least minimum time for you to at least impress the country who you are. So that's why on this side of the house we are saying that no, that should not happen. At least every Prime Minister of material should be given an opportunity to prove himself to the people and to this country. So that
Honorable Governor, we have point of order.
Just a quick query, Mr. Speaker, if the Honourable Governor can elucidate on what is the minimum time required for a Prime Minister to perform and demonstrate to the country that he has the competence and the wherewithal. What is the minimum time? Is it 3 months or is it 18 months? Thank you, Deputy Speaker.
Honorable Member, you're trying to raise another viewpoint which the Governor is not alluding to. So, Honorable Governor.
unfortunately it's not question time, so I won't be not answering questions, but I'll continue with my debate as I'm not a... So you wouldn't want to be elected as a Prime Minister and after 3 months there's another vote of no confidence because the sitting Prime Minister who was replaced is not satisfied that he's been replaced. He wants to challenge the sitting Prime Minister, the the Prime Minister that's been elected a few months back or 2 months back or so. So those are some of the realities. If you try to think as a Prime Minister sitting in the seat and trying to manage his country, you think of the realities. These are some of the scenarios that I'm trying to provide. So at least when we debate, we understand some of the scenarios that a Prime Minister would probably be going through. Another scenario. Suppose all makim you come a member of 1 and then if you don't continue the next term, all the good or something you start in the last 5 years and you are a member, and but now continue. Likewise, if you're a Prime Minister, walk in, now you started. After 18 months and come back.
Honorable Governor, we have a point of order. Member.
My point of order is that the governor continues to say that suppose we must establish that term, we must ready to this plan, the only way is you have to prove yourself is you must perform. As an open member or governor or prime minister, you are given the ample time, you perform. If you perform, we don't think there's going to be a vote of no confidence.
Honorable member for not fly, your point of order is out of order. Honorable members, this is a time for debate and every member have the rights to debate on what they feel and think about the bill that is being debated.
Thank you.
For you to raise a point of order is something that if we stay out of law or out of the standing order, out of words that is not parliamentary, it's something we can raise point of order. But in regard to a member making a statement on his debate, allow him to finish his debate. And Honorable Governor, don't stand yet until the Speaker asks you to talk, but now you can continue from your debate.
Thank you, Speaker. You've got to make a parliament to you. Thank you to So suppose you Prime Minister, you would like to start full term, no completing term, you select. One em work, you start him, yeah. I must carry pekena people by looking at talk. You am a good Prime Minister. Otherwise, 18 months now. All making now, tomorrow come and replace him again. You might be only 1 month Prime Minister or 2 months Prime Minister. One time, Isla, there was a bill passed sometimes back in 2000 or 2002 where late Senator Morata, who was the Prime Minister at the time, will pass this bill law, integrity of political parties. And that was to give stability to this country for a Prime Minister to run the affairs of the country for 5 years. I think that was a very good bill, but unfortunately court roused him and it was unconstitutional. But the benefit of that, if you see today, the NA-led government in the past, in that period from 2002 to 2011, they maintained the stability. And if you see the record of the economic growth at that time, during that period, the economy grew because there was stability, and because of stability.
Point of order, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Governor, what's your point of order?
The point of order is that the growth in the economy that was brought on by Samara and the NA government had very little to do with stability. It had more to do with good government policy, discipline, and in fact, running really good surplus budgets, Mr. Speaker. The record is clear. You cannot put that down, and because they did a good job, the people of Papua New Guinea had the confidence to let them rule again.
Honorable Governor, I'll allow you to
Thank you.
Sum up your debate.
You know, that stability, because we had one leader in 2002 and continued until the 18 months, and then the next 18 months, that provided the platform for the for the good governance and the investor confidence to come in. If the late Prime Minister, Michael Somare, was changed, straight after the election, after 18 months down the line, and then another prime minister had replaced him. I do not think that good governance and that investor confidence will be there to grow that economy at that time. We had one leader that continued so that public servants were responding to him. They are providing the platform for that growth during that period. So suppose you look him good. It's the stability that provided that good governance now, good that work government or come up now. You were looking indicator plus the time and good luck. Now, the sitting prime minister is always watching his back. The investors are looking, who's going to be the next prime minister? What will be the policies for that of that new prime minister's government will be like? Who will be the new minister? So all Sinana look. He got vote of no confidence or for him, all wait past time. Behind now. One man come prime minister, sitting prime minister, successfully defending seat land. All but try to come in again now, try to hit him. Look him, suppose all can come now, invest. But if the prime minister has changed, all but sit back now, look him. And then they'll come in. So time you look him. Stability is important for the country to grow. Stabilize him now, sorry. When the stabilize is not going to worry, when the stabilize is outside. So, time you got VONC every time, there'll be no stability. So at least we must have stability in government so that you can work in some good work, providing investor confidence, na public service by respond good to workman government, na by looking some growth of government. I mean economy of the country na. By the strategy some heavyweight immigrants the country. Sabas no God will continue to go on these cycles of instability na. By the go same yet. So one time Islam like Sawatim. Tintin law, Governor of Namorobe, to get rid of all these issues that we are having. Give the opposition and the government to by me support one time and you can pass him the bill so that country by making prime minister. And then we can solve all the issues about this debate here that we are trying to have here. Thank you.